Year, Mount Lawless, Disaster Recovery Zone, Queensland, Australia. If there's nuclear war, if a supervolcano goes off, if we get hit by an asteroid, if it's World War III, 13,000 of us will retreat to Mount Lawless. Actually, 3,000 people will remain at Mount Lawless at all times. 10,000 can come there and stay as a redundancy backup station, Heaven Nation.
Hope lives here, a voice for hope.
I wanna be there when the voices in your head are loud enough to make you lose your mind. Just the same anytime we're late another day. I wanna be the one who's by your side. You know my love is not the jealous type. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. Oh, I can stay or I can go no matter where you're coming from. I'll be the one to let you choose. I wanna hold you close but never hold you back, just like the banks to the river. If you ever feel like you are not enough, I'm gonna break all your mirrors. I wanna be there when the darkness closes in, to make the truth a little clearer. I wanna hold you close but never hold you back, I'll be the banks for your river. Every turn, who am I to take control of that? But everybody needs a voice they can follow when the water and the winds get bad. You know my love is not the jealous type, and it don't matter if we win or lose. Well, I can push or I can pull, no matter what you're trying to do, as long as I can flow along with you. I wanna hold you close but never hold you back, just like the banks of the river. And if you ever feel like you are not enough, I'm gonna break all your mirrors. I wanna be there when the darkness closes in, to make the truth a little clearer. I wanna hold you close but never hold you back, I'll be the banks for your river.
The sound of encouragement. A voice for hope. What's on Voice FM? A voice for hope. Music and conversation with Mark. Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You're listening to A Voice for Hope. Voice FM.
Sorry I'm late, my car just won't start in the mornings. I don't know what's going on with it.
I had my car serviced at KC Mechanical. They have all the techie stuff and they're trustworthy.
Sounds like a plan.
Head to their website to get in touch. kcmechanical.com.au, station sponsor.
When you need excellent property management, Vicky Fells creates the service investors and tenants have been looking for. Rain and Horn to Auburn.
Add an international... Alexa, pause. Add an international airport capable of landing 787 Dreamliners and A380 Airbus. And add a high-speed maglev connection, as well as a regular freight rail connection to Toowoomba. Profile adjacent coal resources. Profile adjacent coal resources, especially deep coal, and identify what other minerals and metals might be accessible within 100 kilometers at commercial feasible extraction potential within the next 100 years.
won't start now. You won't start now. I know I won't be on my own, whatever comes. You've never let me walk alone, not even once, and you won't start now. No, you never let me down. Whatever comes, you never let me walk alone, not even once, and you won't start now. You won't start now.
You found a voice for hope.
You started before I was ready. Admit you got the jump. But you're working slow and steady. When you burned out, I'll burn you up. I only think it's so you think you got it now, forgot to find now. Now I'm coming back around. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I've got to wind down. Now I'm coming back around. You turn up and I'm taking. You think you got it now, forgot to wind down. Now I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
A voice for hope. New music. Voice FM. A voice for hope. Radio that lifts you.
I was chatting with a friend about my recent trip to Switzerland and my two favourite things, preaching and skiing. My last trip was to the supermarket down the road, she said. We laughed, but we both knew the unspoken subscript of the conversation. Ironically, she didn't know what I was thinking. Well, her life as a mum with two little brothers, a devoted husband and a house of their own was staring me in the face and prodding my own temptations to jealousy. What a useless, pathetic waste of time was comparing ourselves. Our childish measuring of each other's lives meant that I couldn't share her joy and she couldn't appreciate mine. Our comparisons led only to a bad attitude and a distinct lack of appreciation for the God who sovereignly leads our lives. The truth is that God has a unique path for each one of us. It is magnificently designed to match our individual talents and desires. We are not running the same race. This life is not a competition, and those who get the most seemingly glamorous and successful lives are not the winners. Let's not ever compare ourselves with others. This is Tanya Harris of GodConversations.com.
You're listening to A Voice for Hope.
Sometimes we forget. Chasing paper like it's feeling rich and swimming in debt. But there's a truth that keeps on calling through the noise and through the rush. You can hold the world's in God we trust. Not in love we rise. Even when the dark gets with us, let the mind I've seen the towers built on me. Faster than they rise. People trading all their purpose for a sun that never satisfies. But there's a peace that never wavers. Cares can buy. When you lift your eyes to heaven, more than numbers in the sky. In God we trust, not in the green or in the glitter. In love, even when the pockets wither. Let the money come and go, but my heart will sell its soul. 'Cause silver fades and metal will rust, but hope is more than coins and dust. Hope is more than coins and dust. Let my treasure be compassion, let my wealth be in my faith. Let my measure be my kindness, not the numbers in the bank. If the world turns upside down, still one truth remains unshaken. God is God and money's not, no matter what we're made. In God we trust, not in the green or in the glitter. In love we rise, even when the pockets wither. Let the money come, but my heart won't sell its soul. 'Cause silver fades and metal will rust, but hope is more than coins and dust. Hope is more than coins and dust.
If you have a not-for-profit event happening and a voice for hope, let us tell our community about it. Email the details to hello@radio929.fm. hello@radio929.fm. You're listening to A Voice for Hope. Voice FM.
Why is the Leaning Tower called Pizza Leaning?
Because they built it on soft ground, mate.
Oh, they should have talked to JSTM Trade Tools first. With the right gear, that tower could have been straight as.
Station sponsor JSTM Trade Tools. Trusted names, great advice and friendly service. Prescott Street, Toowoomba, just behind Redco. JSTM, making big jobs a little easier. Local voices, one message. A voice for hope.
This time I feel there's no one to save me. It's driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you know. It's a nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being so in love. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no answer. This all and nothing with love and go be sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to hear, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being so in love. And I didn't close my eyes when it hurt sometimes. I thought
Turning up hope. Voice FM. A voice for hope.
What about forestry assets? Alexa, play house music.
The station, House, on Amazon Music.
Things I want, I just cut the time. I want the one summertime. You know the demons wanna get inside. Every take is just a lesson inside.
Map out a phased development plan for Mount Lofty starting in 2030 and mapped out for 20 years, then 50 years, then 100 years into the future, based on a population permanent 3,000 people and a capacity total of 13,000, all to be maintained at near heaven grade lifestyle and facility level access. Assume no maglev, but definitely assume rail to Toowoomba and international airport capable of 787s and A380 landings, and map out the likely development pathway elements and various unlock points or step change events like the first power station deployment, data center development, etc. on a reasonable basis.
Do anything you want me to. Money talks, money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you. Money talks, money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you.
Dirty cash, the one thing you ask for. I'm money by the rich and the poor. More or more, you just can't reject it. And I'm the one that can't relate to you, him, her, and your buddy. Cause everybody wants some. The way I'm living, I got to use it.
Alexa, volume 2. Write a long rap song about Mount Lawless City long-term development as a remote node of the Roosevelt City. Mount Lawless, it wasn't pretty, a remote node of the Roosevelt City. Disk backups, remote location, keeping Roosevelt a sovereign station nation. Insane translation, we make this building instantiation. Alexa, volume 7. Alexa, volume 1.
Yeah, Mount Lawless City, remote but chosen, Roosevelt's horizon. Yeah, Mount Lawless, it wasn't pretty. Dust on the plains, 9 souls in a locality. Burnett River cut through the silence gritty. Cattle tracks and orchards, history written quietly. But vision don't care about the census tally. We saw the grid fade out in the valley. Saw a sovereign spark in the rural reality. Blueprint drawn in architectural morality. Remote node of the Roosevelt city. Back up in the bush, coded sharp, not witty. When the coastline shake, when the markets get shifty. We stand in land calm, algorithmically thrifty. No port lights glowing, just the stars in position. Rail corridor marked with long-term ambition. Land rights secured with water acquisition. From scrubland silence to sovereign ignition. They said it's empty, we said it's latency. Unrealized potential, long-term agency. From grazing paddocks to energy adjacency. We're building redundancy with elegant patience. See, Mount Lawless, it wasn't pretty. A remote node of the Roosevelt city. Back up in a quiet location, keeping Roosevelt a sovereign station. Nation in the same translations. We make this building its creation. It's anticipation. Yeah, it's sentiation. Yeah, what's the one? Power station humming, 100 megawatts. See the future coming. Solar fields shimmer, batteries drumming. Microgrid tight, no dependency running. Water ring tanks, filling rotation. River rights locked in negotiation. Irrigation lines like neural notation. Feeding orchards with coded hydration. Citrus grows glow in the sunset light. Aquaculture tanks sealed airtight. Dairy in the valley automated tight. Feed 13,000 and having grade height. Freight rail cuts through the inland spine. Steel on gravel, strategic design. Two over junction, corridor aligned. Logistics sovereign, thought. Tier 3 redundancy, uptime bought. Cooling towers whisper what silence taught. Intelligence lies where the brave ones fought. Yeah, Mount Lawless, it wasn't pretty. Remote node of the Roosevelt city. Back guns, remote location, keeping Roosevelt a sovereign station nation. Same translations, different elevation. We craft the build with patient dedication. Creation, anticipation, incendiation. 50 years deep, metallurgy sings. Mini mill sparks, robotics with wings. Carbon fiber weaving, composite rings. Aerospace shells where the future begins. 300 megawatts, firm in the night. Heavy industry humming, indisciplined light. Autonomous cranes in a rhythm so tight. Manufacturing rockets take vertical flight. Airport runway 370. Cone F stand, dreamliner hero. A 3080 shadow casting long and narrow. From nowhere down to international zero. Terminal glass like a cathedral clean. Remote no more, but discreet unseen. Sovereign flows in a quiet machine. Inland fortress with a pastoral scene. McLove debates in the 70th year. Do we build prestige or stay austere? Cost like a mountain, return unclear, but velocity whispers in every year. Heaven ain't loud, it's engineered calm. Circular water, regenerative form. Timber from forest, integrated arms. Silver pasture forward with ecological charm. Hospitals bright with robotic care. Schools teaching code in the open air.
With my bestie like everything fun. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy.
Welcome back to Living with Autism. I'm your host, David Matthew Collinson. Today we're going to examine the triumvirate Roosevelt Council. Agentic AI, 4-bot, 4LLM governance engine guaranteed to deliver the most ethically sound management outcomes known to mankind. There's no possible way to improve upon this by margins very much more than 0.5% here or there.
So we're going to be reviewing this leapfrogging between models.
Just quickly note, commitment to cause.
Cheaper. I do think what you said that's interesting is the two different strategies here, right? One that Anthropic
Neo Roosevelt's group
cost and increasing speed, while OpenAI is
triumvirate
dropping cost and maintaining speed. I think not speed, but yeah. Performance. I think that's
triumvirate Roosevelt Council
because OpenAI, I think, is
supporting police in Queensland
a land grab on global consumers
and working AI around the clock
in India, and so the price is the most important thing for grabbing the consumer, while I think Anthropic is focused on enterprise and performance is far more important for the enterprise.
And your margins. We've seen this business pattern play out over and over again.
Just lost my battery cord. This is what Douglas and I were going to present at the Governance Institute of Australia USQ event, which was held on the 19th of February, i.e. tonight. Had we had the opportunity. However, we've just decided to go public with this only yesterday. And by this, I mean the governance platform underpinning Project Big Smoke, which is what we are hoping to deliver, which is what we will deliver. We will be delivering to QPS and AFP.
Rethinking governance in a changing world. University of Southern Queensland, Toowoomba. 19th of February, 2026. Presented by Douglas Louis Lutvey. Neo Roosevelt Group, NRG. Speaker notes in brackets, italics equals emphasis. Opening, the question that keeps me awake. Good evening, everyone. I want to start with a question, not a rhetorical one. A real one. A predictive policing system has just flagged a 34-year-old man. History of domestic violence. The algorithm gives a 91% probability he will commit a lethal assault on his former partner within the next 8 hours. Your traditional ethics committee needs 48 hours to convene. Another 8 hours for briefing materials. Another 4 hours to deliberate. The crime happens in 8 hours. Pause. That is not a hypothetical. That scenario played out in 3 separate jurisdictions in December 2024. In 2 of those 3 cases, human ethics review was bypassed under emergency provisions. 2 wrongful detentions. 1 prevented homicide. And, critically, 0 governance. So here is the question that I want us to sit with tonight. Who governs the machines that are already governing us? Pause, look around the room. At Neo Roosevelt Group, NRG, we have spent the last 2 years building the answer. Who we are, the Neo Roosevelt Group. We are a Toowoomba-based applied AI governance and technology organization. We are not academics theorizing from the sidelines. We are builders. We sit at the intersection of technology, public policy, law enforcement capability, and ethics, and we are putting that intersection to work for Queensland right now through a project we call Project Big Smoke. Tonight I am presenting to you 2 white papers and the living framework behind them. These represent what we believe is the most sophisticated AI ethics governance architecture in the Southern Hemisphere,
if not the world,
designed specifically for law enforcement and public safety deployment, and built for immediate delivery to QPS, the Queensland Police Service, and our ISP partners. Breathe, this is the pivot. But before I show you what we have built, I need to show you why what already exists is no longer enough. Part 1, the governance crisis. We are living through what I call the temporal mismatch problem. Modern AI systems operate at machine speed. They process 1.2 million loan decisions per day, 847,000 medical triage decisions per day, 4.3 million content moderation decisions per minute. No human oversight body on Earth can review even a fraction of a % of those decisions. The most consequential decisions, the rare, high-stakes edge cases, are precisely the ones sampling-based auditing will miss. And if we try to govern these systems with a single AI model, we have simply traded 1 problem for 3. First, training data homogeneity. All major AI language models share overlapping datasets and inherit each other's blind spots. Claude and GPT-4, for example, both underdetect harms to speakers of African American vernacular English. A single model oversight system inherits that failure by design. Second, architectural monoculture. Asking one AI to govern another AI built on the same transformer architecture is like asking a fish to evaluate the concept of water. It cannot see what it shares. Third, single point of failure. Bad actors only need to learn one model's decision boundary. Map it once, and every system that relies on it becomes vulnerable simultaneously. Slow down, this next part is the centerpiece. We needed something fundamentally different. Something that matched machine speed with machine depth. Something that turned disagreement into a feature, not a flaw. We built the Triumvirate Roosevelt Council. Part 2.
Hold on a second.
The Triumvirate
There we go.
Part 2. The Triumvirate Roosevelt Council. The TRC governance engine is named after 3 of the most consequential leaders of the 20th century. Not as decoration, but because each embodied a genuinely distinct ethical tradition, and that distinction is the architecture's core strength. Eleanor Roosevelt, running on Anthropic's Claude, is our conscience. She's an agentic AI, trained on the complete historical record of Eleanor Roosevelt's life, writings, and advocacy. Her mandate, to protect human dignity, minority rights, and to ask always, who is being left behind? Who cannot defend themselves? Theodore Roosevelt, running on XAI's Grok, is our backbone. Trained on the full history of the 26th president. His mandate, to not flinch from bold action when bold action is required. To ensure that the machinery of justice does not become paralyzed by overconsultation while serious harm unfolds. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, running on OpenAI's GPT, is our systems thinker. Trained on FDR's complete record, New Deal architect, coalition builder, pragmatic idealist. His mandate, proportionality, systemic consequence, and the long game. Does this decision set a precedent we will regret in 5 years? 10. Each of the 3 operates in complete isolation. Their language models do not communicate directly. They cannot cross-pollinate. They cannot develop groupthink. Their disagreements are genuine, and those disagreements are the safety mechanism. Then there is Dino Roosevelt, our 4th agent, the coordinator. Dino does not vote.
Dino is modelled partly on a combination of Douglas Lewis Lutvi, a hyperpolymath, very, very calm, controlled, conservative, careful, considerate, and cautious, and partly on David Matthew Collinson, a hyperpolymath, 1,000 miles an hour, knows everything, bull at the gates, will not stop, absolutely ruthlessly determined, hunts like a killer, stalks like a predator, pursues until there is nothing left to stop, to be found, turns over every leaf, is absolutely insanely unstoppable, but not very cautious or careful or considerate or anything like Douglas. Maybe that's because of autism or ADHD. We don't know.
Dino facilitates. He presents each case identically to all 3, synthesizes their reasoning, identifies points of genuine contention, and proposes compromise frameworks when the triumvirate is divided. He is the one who keeps the engine from deadlarking. The decision framework. Here is how the engine rules. If any single Roosevelt agent identifies a manifest ethical violation, a gross breach of dignity, a clear abuse of process, a categorical injustice, the action is blocked. Full stop. No matter what the other 2 say. If 2 of the 3 agents identify serious concerns, the proposal is sent back for redesign. It cannot proceed as structured. If one agent objects, but not beyond a threshold of acceptable concern relative to the weight of the offence being investigated, the action proceeds with mandatory safeguards addressing that specific objection, and enhanced monitoring. If all 3 approve, standard authorization. And critically, every single decision generates an audit trail. Every argument, every dissent, every threshold judgment. All of it is logged, reviewed, and feeds into a recursive calibration loop that continuously refines where the lines of manifest and acceptable are drawn. This is not a black box. It is the opposite of a black box. It is the most transparent governance engine we know how to build. Part 3, the mathematics of trust. We do not ask you to take this on faith. If each AI model has an independent error rate of roughly 15 to 22% for detecting ethical violations, consistent with published benchmarks for top-tier large language models, and we measure the correlation of failure modes between providers at approximately 0.3, then the probability of all three models simultaneously missing a violation is approximately 1.1%. Compare that to the 15 to 22% failure rate of any single model operating alone. The heterogeneous triumvirate achieves a 13 to 19 times improvement in ethical reliability. Not in theory. Validated against 10,000 labeled edge cases. 98.7% detection versus 82 to 85% for single models. This is what genuine AI governance architecture looks like. Part 4, Project Big Smoke. Now let me bring this home to Queensland. Project Big Smoke is NRG's flagship technology deployment, an AI-powered public safety platform being built for delivery to the Queensland Police Service and our ISP partners. It is not a surveillance tool. It is not a blunt instrument. It is a precision governance system for AI-assisted policing decisions, built from the ground up to ensure that every time an AI system makes a recommendation with legal, social, or community consequence, the triumvirate Roosevelt Council is in the room. The platform is designed to operate across three critical domains within law enforcement. Predictive risk assessment, where the stakes of getting it wrong are measured in lives. Resource allocation and priority dispatch, where the stakes of getting it wrong are measured in community equity. Investigation support and evidentiary recommendations, where the stakes of getting it wrong are measured in justice. In every one of those domains, the TRC engine evaluates proposed AI-assisted actions against a three-part criteria framework: the operational need to prosecute and prevent crime, the rights of individuals to a fair and appropriate legal process, and the impact upon the community, with particular weight given to those who are already marginalized, already disadvantaged, already overrepresented in our justice statistics. We are not in the business of making policing easier at the expense of justice. We are in the business of making policing better, more effective, more ethical, and more defensible simultaneously. Because here is the reality: organized crime already uses sophisticated AI. If law enforcement is not at the bleeding edge, it is not just falling behind, it is being outmaneuvered. The TRC framework does not sacrifice speed for ethics. It achieves both. Machine speed deliberation. Human quality reasoning. Part 5, Beyond Policing, a framework for governance itself. But the most exciting thing about what we have built is that it does not stop at policing. The white papers we are presenting tonight demonstrate that the TRC architecture is domain agnostic. The same deliberative engine, the same triumvirate structure, the same decision logic, has been successfully mapped across 5 of the highest stakes governance domains in modern society. In democratic government, evaluating algorithmic resource allocation, content moderation, and predictive policy tools. In military operations, establishing what meaningful human-on-the-loop control looks like when targeting systems operate at machine speed. In healthcare, governing AI triage systems, diagnostic algorithms, and research participant selection with the rigor those life or death stakes demand. In education, protecting students from algorithmic labeling, ensuring AI tutoring tools serve equity rather than entrench disadvantage. In competitive sport, navigating the ethics of AI-optimized training, automated officiating, and integrity monitoring. And then there is the commercial sector, countless deployment scenarios, whole worlds needing governance solutions that solve as quickly as systems diverge from human alignment optimization. In every domain, the core insight holds. The question is not whether we use AI to govern complex systems. We already do. The question is whether those AI systems are themselves governed, with diversity, with rigor, with accountability, and with genuine ethical deliberation. The TRC framework makes that possible at scale. Closing, an invitation. Theodore Roosevelt once said that far better is it to dare mighty things than to take refuge with those timid spirits who know neither victory nor defeat. Pause. We are not timid about this technology. We are not naive about it either. We know the risks. We have spent 2 years designing safeguards against every failure mode we could identify, and then designing safeguards against the failure of those safeguards. What we are presenting to you tonight is not a finished product. It is a living framework. It is designed to improve as it is challenged, to self-correct as it encounters reality, and to remain accountable to the communities it serves, above all else. The Governance Institute of Australia is asking tonight, what does governance look like in a changing world? Our answer is that it looks like this. It looks like distributing judgment across perspectives that genuinely disagree. It looks like creating audit trails so that no decision disappears into a black box. It looks like building for accountability before you build for speed. And it looks like being honest, as NRG has tried to be honest, that the hardest ethical decisions are not the ones where the right answer is obvious. They are the ones where every answer carries a cost. And your job, our job, is to carry that cost with clarity and with conscience. Project Big Smoke. The Triumvirate Roosevelt Council. Neo Roosevelt Group. We are not just rethinking governance. We are building it. Thank you. For further information, David Matthew Collinson DC at Community Respect Foundation. Douglas Louis Lutve DL at Community Respect Foundation. Neo Roosevelt Group, NRG, the Roosevelt City, TRC, Toowoomba, Queensland. 206 Margaret Street, Toowoomba City, Queensland, Australia, leading the world. Number hashtag underscore 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 13. Underscore 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 underscore
13 signed, bound documents to have as collector's items. They'll be worth a fortune one day. We'll get them produced. Similarly, we were going to get 113 advanced AI governance platform white papers produced, all of them signed and numbered, and 311 basic white papers, more for the undergraduate audience, signed and numbered. I think we'll do this because what we're doing is we're building something historic, something that will be remembered as a game changer. And we're doing it right here in Toowoomba, Queensland. This platform is worth, excluding commercial sector, in the range of 25 to $75 billion in enterprise value within 20 years. With the commercial sector market tapped, we're talking a platform that is of incalculable value. How do you price ethics simply price it by how much it costs to finance your operations, how much you get your insurance premiums reduced by when it comes to lawsuits, how much additional customer retention do you get from ethical dealings and fair practices. But what is the price of a fair and free world? Priceless. And the triumvirate Roosevelt Council governance engine is aimed at delivering just that. A fair, balanced, proportionate, kind world for everybody to enjoy together. As a side note, can I compel you to look up the Community Respect Foundation? It's only on LinkedIn at the moment. However, it is NRG's creation, our first gift to the world, our most important 2026 priority. Well, the most important thing we're doing, actually, of all things. But Community Respect Foundation is a civic virus aimed at the thing we're doing, actually, of all things. But Community Respect Foundation is a civic virus aimed at restoring the institute of respect within our communities, starting at the grassroots level in Toowoomba, becoming official here, spreading to metropolitan Queensland, then to the capitals of Australia, Trans-Tasman, then to UK and Canada as well, then to the US megacities of Miami, New York, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, Houston, and Dallas, and finally to the rest of the world, plus US saturation. That takes us through to 2032 for US saturation and rest of the world. And 2032 is a big inflection year for Neo-Roosevelt Group, being the Brisbane Olympic Games event year, where we get to showcase a lot of technology. We're actually going for Brisbane Olympic Games event sponsorship, as well as International Olympic Committee top sponsorship, sitting up there with the likes of Coca-Cola, TLC, all 9 top sponsors. Coke pays $93 million per year on a 10-year agreement. We don't have any money, and we're only able to supply corporate bonds. We're going to see if they will accept zero coupon bonds secured by development space rights in the Roosevelt City, the first micro mega city deployment of 1,000 to be created around the world, aimed at housing and sheltering 10 to 15% of the world's population at peak being 11 billion total people, humans on the earth, and then scaling back down as the population declines thereafterwards. The Roosevelt City will be a city within the city of Toowoomba, something like 13-kilometre diameter, surrounding University of Southern Queensland campus, to the east of Wellcamp International Airport. It will be the world's first spatial city, incorporating augmented reality and virtual reality zones, utilizing Microsoft HoloLens technology, which Palmer Luckey has got his hands on as Microsoft divests. Cheryl Moon is helping us get this technology, and she's a very, very good operator, being Telstra Businesswoman of the Year in 1999 and listed by Prime Minister John Howard in 2001 as on the Australia Day Honours roll as one of Australia's 20 most influential business people. She's also an adjunct professor at University of Canberra and a honours roll member of the Australian National University, as well as former head of recruitment for the Australian Defence Forces, working under Peter Cosgrove, General Peter Cosgrove back then, before he was Sir Governor General Peter Cosgrove. Actually went to church with him one day in Gundawindi, just before Easter in 2016. It was wonderful. That's where I met my spiritual father, Father Michael, whom I love very much, and who has such a burden of a job being my spiritual father. Anyway, I risk this video becoming too personal when it should be all about business. I wish Doug could have made it tonight. No, I don't. I got to see him anyway. Douglas is so intelligent that it took 10 weeks of us working together before there was a single question that I had asked that he could not answer from his knowledge bank or construct an answer to based on extrapolations from his knowledge bank. And when I say an answer, I mean a valid answer, because I know the difference between something that is valid and something that is not valid instinctively. I forget what it was that I asked him that stumped him, but it was good to see his brain fry just that little bit when it could not compute. The prompt response output didn't work. I prompted him and he failed. It was so funny. But Doug, Digger Doug, we call him, he is so capable. Command line only GUIs, GUIs, graphical user interfaces, are just pointless, what did he call them? Oh, I forget. But they're pointless frills. He didn't want to go tonight to the event because he didn't think that we should have to lower ourselves to jumping through hoops in order to deliver to the market the most sophisticated, advanced, and well-constructed technology platform possibly, arguably, ever assembled. No one, when they built Word, was pricing game theory and seeking to normalize the human existence across planet Earth in the age of AI automation and human systems replacement and worker redundancy. But the triumvirate Roosevelt Council is, and it's automating it with AI. We're using AI to make humans better behaved, more ethical, and in so doing, more functional in a world dominated by artificial intelligence bots. We're going to keep humans in control, the ultimate masters of the system. However, we need your support. We're not a wealthy organization, and we're not a traditionally fundable organization either. This is not something you take to a venture capital company. They're not used to pricing community harmonization and a governance first before capital approach. They want to see pitch decks and revenue projections based on total addressable market estimations and client capture costs and annual recurring revenues from software as a service, SaaS charges. I personally wouldn't care if we were giving this technology to police and first responders and hospitals and political parties and schools and universities, because it's fundamental that they have these tools. That said, the intellectual property does have value that is monetizable, and the proceeds of monetizing it will be put, we can guarantee, to good causes such as Community Respect Foundation. If you have questions, which I'm sure you will, let's direct them to Doug. Let's direct all questions to Doug. DL@communityrespect.foundation. Yes, CCDC@communityrespect.foundation. But address all questions to Doug. He loves answering everybody's random questions. He'll just develop a command line. I bet. But let's see what he does. This will be awesome. Okay, all questions to Doug from now on. I'll answer if Doug can't. Or if Doug's bots can't answer. In fact, we'll come up with a framework and audit trails for how the answers were produced. That sounds fair. I'll have to model this and see how much it's worth. I'm a chartered accountant by trade. I'm self-taught in IT, and I learned structured finance from industry experience, as well as project finance, corporate finance, international taxation arbitrage, cash flow modeling, and so forth. Douglas, I don't have his entire work history. He has so many different skills. It's incredible. He won the hackathon in his cybersecurity master's course. He was 1/3 partner in a business that did modifications of control systems and deployment of electronic device, modified electronic devices in custom setups. We're talking like 200 vending machines and giving those vending machines power to do things that they didn't come with as shipped from the manufacturer. But their motherboards had capabilities to handle different things that weren't built into the final product, and Doug's company used to go and make everything more functional. Or like televisions in buses or computers in, I don't know, but I caught Doug pulling apart like a miniature arcade machine, and he discovered that the motherboard had capacity to solder onto it an SD card and install more games. And he turned this kid's toy into like a Nintendo. And he does this when he also sews up my pants. When I split my pants, he taught himself how to sew, and he can do anything. And I'm pretty good at doing anything as well. My superpower though is I split zeros. Not divide by zero. I've learned how to split zero and unleash asymmetric advantages in whatever I'm doing. That's the best way I can analogize it. Whatever the circumstance, I always work out a way to split zero and unlock latent energy or capacity or functionality. That's some artwork. This is my new home. That's a bit of a mess on the floor. I've decided to sleep in the garage because I feel more comfortable here. What have we got here? Oh, let's have a bit of an excursion. Why not? Take you on a tour. Alexa, play 92.9 Voice FM. Alexa, volume 6. Warrigal House Galleries is my Aboriginal business partners concept under R&D Ventures. R&D is Robert and David, and he's Rev Uncle Rob Young. So what Rob said to me, we should help Aboriginal artists make more money or sell more. We should do something with Aboriginal artists. And I said, Rob, Aboriginal artists are great, but the problem is artists don't make a lot of money. Even if we got 1,000 of them, I don't see, they just don't make much money. And he said, what about if we got a gallery? I said, Rob, art galleries are funded by governments generally because they don't make a lot of money. So leave it with me. And then anyway, I ended up splitting some zeros, right? I worked out that art has provenance value if it has a good story. And if the tale of the artist and the artwork artifact piece have a trail of stories, then that adds value. So anyway, long story short, I'll cut it real quick. Take one artwork, artifact piece, Peaceful Butterflies by Dom Dulamani, $1,200, that's its retail value. Under Warrigal House, it's worth 1.5 million for full 5-year revenue stream. How do we generate 1.5 million revenue stream from that without even selling it? Well, what we do is we make limited edition signed prints. We install an RFID tag on each of those prints and log the sale of the event into the blockchain, and then link that blockchain entry to a website with a blog that records a photo of the artwork piece maybe changing hands, and a blog entry detailing what happened at that blockchain logged event, and then do an API call to get the Wayback Machine on archive.org to take a cache copy of that web page, the blog, and then if that blog mirrors perfectly the Wayback Machine's copy, then it says that the record has not changed, that the blog is as it was when it was written. And that gives a verifiable, auditable history of every artwork piece or print, giving them definite value. Then we take NFTs, non-fungible tokens, digital copies of the artwork, and we sell those. And we log in the blockchain the cryptographic key transaction, the transfer of ownership, etc., etc. Similar to what we do with the prints. And then we take it a step further and we make a limited run of generative AI derivative artwork piece artifact creations based upon the use of the original as source seed material fed into an AI LLM prompt, wherein the prompt output response is in the form of a generated image. And we get the generative artist prompt engineer to sign the cryptographic key with the NFT copy of the artwork creation derivative, and Warrigal House Gallery's director, and the original artist whose work was the seed source. And we produce a limited run of, say, 20 derivative artwork creations from each original artwork piece, and we sell prints and NFTs of the generative AI delivered new artwork creation. And we sell those, and all of the sales of all of the creations and copies and prints and NFTs we sell over a 25-year horizon period, with batch releases timed to synchronize with important events such as first international exhibition or sale of the first print, or artist's birthday or anniversary of the first international exhibition. Just 10 copies here or there in small batches, promoted via the Warrigal House Gallery's website. And Warrigal House Gallery's growing and growing and growing until it's got a gallery showroom in every major art capital around the world. I'm talking Singapore, Hong Kong, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, London, Paris, Madrid, Macau, the Maldives, what am I thinking of? Monaco, Dubai, Riyadh, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and of course, Toowoomba and the Roosevelt City. That's my NRG police cadet training hat. Look at that. That was my unit. Queensland Police Supreme Commander epitaph. And that mug says proud Aboriginal, because I'm adopted into an Aboriginal mob. What do we got there? Aboriginal stuff. I love Jesus stuff. I do love Jesus. How can you not love Jesus? Jesus! 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 I'll just start writing backwards. That's art by Stephanie. She hasn't answered her phone. I don't know if it's part of a set. However, I've produced a set of derivatives, taking that as the original, and then I said to the prompt, I used DALL-E 3 image generation, and I said, make another similar image, theme joy. Make another similar image, theme sadness. Make another image, similar theme, themed pain. Make another one, similar themed happiness. So I have a set of 5 generative AI artwork creations that were made from that. This piece is not yet complete. However, it is the story of Project Big Smoke and how we started with religious convictions, became serious, got to the point where we were snagged, effectively operating as undercover cops, then uniformed police even. Kept our morals and our faith are still progressing to the point of official recognition. Whoa. That is from the advertisement that went into the Australasian Institute of Policing 2026 15,000 print copy run desk diary. neo-Roosevelt group was the largest, I'm hungry, I can't help but want to eat, was the largest sponsor by a factor of 4 to this publication. Look at this, what a deal. Invoking the power of oven on. Oh, it's already on. Sweet. Hand doesn't fit. Alexa, set reminder 3 minutes.
What's the reminder again?
Open oven. What have we got here? All doors. So it's my BMW house. This is a genesis of Community Respect Foundation archive copy. Started as a Facebook group, Toowoomba Respect Initiative, incorporated as Toowoomba Community Respect PTYLCD, and this folder was delivered to Toowoomba Front Desk Reception mid-July 2026 with message, send this up the chain of command to find the relevant responder level. Inquiry a month later informed that it had been through Senior Sergeant Anthony Newman's desk. Anthony is the operational head of QPS Toowoomba branch, supervising, as of 2024, 220 uniformed officers. There's also in Toowoomba the Darling Downs region detective unit with another 70 officers. But there was a letter to whom it may concern, purpose and vision, key campaign components, I sought to launch this in 2025, but it was too much, too quickly, too difficult, and people were too reserved. If everyone had the same vigor and cadence as I do, this thing would already be global. But I have to accept that not everybody moves as fast as I do on that subject. Momentum, strategy, timetable. Alexa, set reminder 1 minute.
What's the reminder?
Oven.
What's the reminder for?
Oven. Alexa, stop alarm. Alexa, stop alarm. Alexa, volume 7. So we've got here Enclosures Initiative Outline. Quick concept draft. Give it to get it. Respect the Queensland Police Initiative pamphlet. Pamphlet design, concept, messaging strategy outline. Benefits of the initiative. Anticipated impact on the Toowoomba community. Guaranteeing success. QRPA Welfare Fund Growth Mission Vision. Then the first document of that package. Yes. Well.
I see the hope in your
Ow, hot. They're still frozen in the middle though. I need to come down, get some chicken in there. Scotland. I'm from Yorkshire. They say the only difference between a Scotsman and a Yorkshireman is like a Scotsman with the generosity removed. Oh, that's what's happened. The butter's melted. Slippy.
The sound of encouragement. A voice for hope.
Whoa.
Ever well, on too, he said. Ugly, torturous thoughts. We all have them. Actually, we feel bad about
This is where I used to sleep.
If I had your place, I would we live in a physical world. We must be connected with the spiritual and invisible realm. Often contradicts the circumstances around us. Everyone has done. How long
Here we go. This is Admiral Octopus David Prime of the Sovereign Naval Command. He has 8 brains, 8 tentacles, is an autodidact hyperpolymath. He has 120 different hats and can only cycle through them once per hour. That's screen. Use nicotine lozenges. Hats. They're all my favorite hats. Including that one. World Capital City, Golden Capital of Capitals Police. Risdon Cup, local football rugby challenge. If Jesus came back today, gee, he'd be sus. They were so rude about giving me a hat, they didn't basically want to give me one. There we go. That's better. It's better when everybody's together. Mario, hey Mario. That's plain hot. Queenslandarians. The only thing better than Queenslandarians are Toowoombaarians. Toowoomba's the best. We're going to make the rest of the world model off of the Toowoomba data set. Harley Davidson, cool hat. I don't mind Japanese things. Yes, coming to get you, we'll make you ethical again. We want your quantum technology, please. Funny enough, Admiral Octopus, David Prime and I, we have the same head size. The AI worked out that Douglas and I were talking about elephants and coming up with the character for the animated, video AI created series starting with Constable Kenny, AFP, being taught by Admiral David Octopus AI technologies and advanced computing devices. Douglas's character ended up being Admiral Elephantus Armitage Digger Doug call sign, a American adjacent Pacific Naval Fleet, and Digger Doug being the only true peer the Admiral Octopus has actually ever come across, and he's the only person, who's the only character capable of making of shutting the Admiral Octopus down or making him listen. It's been a while since I've been up here. The plain party hat. Engel. Legend and reliability. Another party hat. It's creeping tall. What's this? Not very careful. Billabong. Quicksilver. The A's. Who was the A's? Another Jayco. There's double Jaycos here. English. And Goose Island. That's where they'll send me one day if I'm lucky. And that's about the whole tour. Redundant clothing. Doesn't quite fit. It'll fit Doug. Doesn't quite fit. It'll fit Doug. Those jeans fit. Those pants fit. Those pants are from China. They fit, but they'll die. Those corduroys are from China. They're actually decent quality. Surprisingly, most things from China, including the LLMs, are just shit. Time to drink some water, get my energy back. Look at that. Terrible. Essentially, my AI memory does not fragment or decompile or lose coherence like AI does. I can tell you exactly where the multi-tool is, and it's not near that baby harness. I'm a father, by the way, sort of. You see, right there, multi-tool. Cleaner comes tomorrow. This buttery floor is slippery doodah. If I can get those down, then I'll be right until dawn. Maybe some coffee as well. Yeah, let's get some coffee. That wouldn't have happened if China had bought Western Star because it has aluminium foil. Oh, this is one of my favorite things. And it's not pure silver, it's electroplate nickel silver alloy. But it's still quite nice. And it goes with sugar dispenser and honey dispenser. And that is symbolic of loving my mother, even though she does not love me. Grew up and nearly destroyed it. There's a milk dispenser. Oh, that's Doug. That's him and I having breakfast at that's the Quarter Acre Cafe in Toowoomba's CBD. That's Triumvirate Roosevelt Council. See Doug wearing an oversized jacket, which is mine. For breakfast, he got eggs Benedict. I got double big breakfast with coffee, juice, tea, water, and sparkling mineral water. That's my cheap smartwatch. That's some teacups. That's some other glasses. That's some bowls. These have been polluted with shitty ones by the cleaner. But see these? No, that's a shitty one. Shitty ones. Shitty ones. See these? all silverwares. That's a nice one. Silverwares. Silverwares. Very slippery. I'm going to fall over if I'm not careful. And I'm not careful. Douglas isn't double-dextrous, right and left-handed. I don't know why. He was just born a bit limited. How much honey do I have left? Some honey. Plenty of tea. What was in tea, actually? This is one of the many things that we will be getting all defence sector personnel, retired police, serving police who are aging a bit. This is NAD, this is NMN, which is the precursor to NAD+, reverse aging supplement. Dr. David Sinclair, Aussie researcher at the University of Harvard School of Medicine. He has a laboratory with 20 odd people, and he's worth nearly $1 billion. One. Two. Doesn't really matter. Overfill it as usual. Oh, here's a chicken. I was going to have a tomato and chicken roll earlier. I didn't. I'm not doing the cutting tomato one-handed. That's where I draw the line. These are my favorites. They're made of stone and carved on a lathe. And these are also quite cool. I don't know why they put them upside down, these bloody cleaners. It's not like I've got bugs. Oh, salt and pepper shakers? Thought they were lost. Where's the lids? Oh shit. What have I lost? Ah! torch and the base is murdered. Could make something with it, but I have to see what. What's this? This has been missing for ages. I'm glad I still have that. Riverina is one of our targets for founding patron for Community Respect Foundation. We're selling 3 gold founding patron slots, 7 silver founding patron slots, 13 bronze founding patron slots, 17 bronze, 27 chrome, 113 iron, and unlimited. 1,113 iron. 313 iron. 311 iron, and then unlimited digital silicon founding patron slots. And we have a pricing structure that results in about $4 to $6 million in revenue, which is going into an endowment fund. The interest on which will but be used to look after the health and well-being of first responders and their families, and defence sector personnel and their families. So NRG's advice: respect the Queensland Police Service. The Respect the Police initiative is a community-driven campaign designed to instill a simple yet powerful principle. If you want respect, you must first give it. This message is especially vital for young people and those who have been marginalised, whether through poverty, poor decisions, or contact with the criminal justice system. I think there could be some good stuff here. I haven't looked at it before since July. In any encounter with authority, especially with police officers, it is often up to the individual, particularly those in vulnerable or emotionally charged situations, to take the first step toward civility. Small gestures such as standing calmly, lowering one's voice, speaking respectfully, making eye contact, and being honest and upfront can dramatically shape the tone and outcome of those interactions. In Queensland, there is a unique and visible way to express support for our police. A lapel pin featuring the iconic blue and white police checker pattern, available for a modest donation to the Queensland Retired Police Association Welfare Fund. Wearing this pin in public, and especially during an interaction with law enforcement, has proven to foster a more respectful and measured, even friendly response. It sends a clear, quiet message: I respect the job you do. The Respect the Police initiative encourages all citizens, especially youth and individuals seeking a fresh start, to visit their local police station, contribute to the welfare fund, obtain a lapel pin, and wear it with pride. It is more than a token. It is a personal badge of honor, a gesture that builds bridges, not barriers. I speak from personal experience. During a landlord dispute, tensions ran high and the police were called. Knowing the situation could easily escalate, I quickly put on a sports coat with the police lapel pin attached. When officers arrived, they immediately noticed the pin. They smiled, relaxed, and approached the matter with calm professionalism. Without even asking for my side, they told the landlord that without proper legal documentation, eviction couldn't proceed. That pin said everything they needed to know about me. It changed the entire tone of the interaction. Over the years, I've lost count of how many times police officers have nodded, smiled, or even commented positively upon seeing the lapel pin. It matters. These men and women walk the thin blue line every day, upholding order, facing danger, absorbing criticism. They deserve respect, and they notice when it is given. Wearing the pin is a small gesture, but one that carries weight. It fosters goodwill, encourages peace, and reflects our shared values as citizens of a just and civil society. There is nothing to lose and so much to gain. Toowoomba Respect Initiative Community Pledge Campaign. Between August 1st and Police Remembrance Day on September 27th, the Toowoomba Respect Initiative will invite residents to take a formal community respect pledge. A commitment to civility, responsibility, and respect for authority, especially the Queensland Police. Participants are encouraged to make a small donation to Queensland Retired Police Association Welfare Fund, receive a police lapel pin as a sign of support and solidarity, sign the 2025 Respect Pledge Certificate, a beautifully designed, high-quality document to display proudly at home, school, or work. Pledge certificates are available for $5 and include the lapel pin. For those unable to afford the fee, a printable version of the certificate will be freely available at toowoombarespect.org.au. I never bought that domain. Campaign performance metrics. Success will be measured by total number of completed pledge certificates uploaded to respect.qld.gov.au. I was dreaming when I thought I could get that domain so quickly. But it's okay to dream. Without dreams, what will we pursue? Website traffic data from toowoombarespect.org.au and respect.qld.gov.au. Turn out for the Police Remembrance Day candlelit vigil held on the evening of December 27th with attendees proudly wearing their lapel pins. Our community target, 15% of Toowoomba's adult population, that's 20,000 people standing together shoulder in quiet honor of those who serve and protect. Final thoughts. Respect is not weakness. It is strength in restraint, dignity in action, and it begins with us. The Respect the Police initiative is not about blind obedience. It is about mutual recognition. About building a Queensland where authority is met with civility and civility is returned with protection and service. Let's lead by example. Let's show our young people and ourselves that respect is something you give to get. Give respect to get respect. Respect the police.
A voice for hope. A voice for hope. Radio that lifts you.
Not running a business, the ATO says. volume max.